Round of applause to our musicians, Cheryl and Perry. Fantastic performance. Today is Halloween. Hoo hoo, ha ha. I have never understood Halloween, but I'm happy to celebrate. And Halloween is full of surprise. Hoo hoo, ha ha. For now, I'm going to ring the bell and the surprise will come in a few minutes. Let's do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And Tommy will come for the invocation.
Glad to be here with you. Would you bow your heads in prayer? To God, thank you for life, the gift of gathering together in this Rotary Club. Lord, we give you thanks for the group and pray that you will enable us to find places where we can work together for the common good in a strong community. As children gather today for Halloween, safe, we pray for our own fears that you might calm them and give us your presence and peace. Lord, bless this group of leaders and families they represent this day. We thank you for another day of life, the health to be here, and we pray that it might give us nourishment for the journey. In Christ's name.
Thank you so much. Phil just informed me that we do not have visiting Rotarians today, but we can do the raffle and Queen of Hearts. I need the information from the table. Oh, we don't have. So the Queen of, normally I have a script. Is a script available? They are still doing the mathematics. So it's okay. Please enjoy this moment of quietness. Marianne, thank you. And this is for the pot. And Marianne is still calculating. Since this is Halloween, I wish to repeat that we will have a surprise today. And it's a good surprise. The first surprise is that we are ahead of time. So I have this here. It's right here. Isn't it nice to have some rain? My goodness, we needed that rain. So we are blessed. And we need more rain. We'll take what we have today. So it is time for the weekly raffle, which is open to all tickets holders. And I will ask Brian, who is facing me, to come and select the winner. And the pot is a whopping $9. Not just one. And the winner is 484733. 484733. Wonderful. Congratulations. A big round of applause for one of our oldest members. Congratulations, Harry. Now for the Queen of Hearts, which is open only to members, and the holder of the selected ticket earns the opportunity to draw from the Queen of Hearts, which today is worth truly a whopping $255, with 43 cards remaining, and Al is our designated shuffler today. And the very fortunate winner is 484. That's the one I just read. 484579. Wonderful. How fortunate you are sitting next to me and then having a chance to select the Queen of Hearts. Very fortunate indeed. You have time to come for a moment and meditate. Without looking, Rob selected 5 of diamonds. Oh, congratulations anyway for earning the opportunity. Health and happiness. Brian, do we have the? It is Halloween. It's a special day today. Things are not working as smoothly, apparently. So we have member birthday. Today is October 31st. So we celebrate the birthday of John Peters, who was born on November 1st. And we also should celebrate Yuji Kishimoto, who was born November 6th. Partner birthday, Isabel Mann, who is Chris' wife, born November 1st. Mary Nebeski, Mike's wife, born November 1st. Becky De Julio, Edward's wife, born November 2nd. Member anniversary is a big one. Ed Hamilton has been a member for 33 years. Congratulations, Ed. A big round of applause to Ed. Well deserved. Wedding anniversary, Phil and Sarah Mayberg, married 33 years on November 4th. Let us sing happy anniversary, all of them. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, all of you. Happy anniversary to you. And many more. Wonderful. So we have several announcements. The first one is to thank Cheryl and Terry for their wonderful performance each and every week. The second announcement, yes, a big round of applause for the wonderful musicians we have. We are very fortunate to have Cheryl and Terry, wonderful musicians and members. The Oyster Roast Committee will do a recap meeting this coming Wednesday at 12 p.m., Joe's Pizza, to discuss and prepare this year's Oyster Roast, financial and otherwise. It has been greatly useful and we appreciated everybody's participation. I just learned that Bill Austin's wife, Myrtle, some of you may know her, has passed away. So please convey your condolences to Bill on this sad occasion. Another news which is very important. You have an announcement? I see. Myrtle passed away last year, but the funeral is this week. Okay, thank you so much for the information. Okay, a great happy news for everybody. Joyce Maureen, Rotary Club's district governor, will visit our club on Monday, November 14th. It will be very nice to have a huge turnout, and we count on your presence and participation. Please bring your Paul Harris Fellow medallion or pin on this occasion. I had the opportunity to meet with Joyce Maureen. She's a wonderful individual, very caring. She's a former professor, and she'll be speaking to us about membership. And I think the first goal as president, in my mind, was to have a successful event, oyster roast event, and it was very successful. The second objective I do have, and I would like to share with you, and we should all have, is membership. So I would like, on the occasion of the holiday season and starting next year, to go very strong on membership. And I think it will be great to hear Joyce Maureen on this topic, who will provide much information, new ideas needed to be active and successful on membership. And then third, a personal note. I take the opportunity to go a bit slowly today because the big announcement, and it is the big Halloween announcement, is that our guest speaker has played a trick. No, but she is very ill, and so is her family. So she did not want to come, and for that reason, Marieke van Puynbroek, Associate Dean of Development, Health and Wellbeing at Clemson University, will not be here today. So that's why we can have some time and go slowly, a little bit slowly, not too slow. But the announcement I would like to make is on a personal note. The church in my village, everybody knows my village, obviously. You all have visited, right? In the southwest of, is under repair. It's a church that dates from medieval time. It was built in 1240. So a lot of repair has been done already. Part of it collapsed, the wall, outside wall collapsed 2-3 years ago. So it was not usable. So I'm doing some fundraising. So I just let you know the way it can work. You can write a check with, for me, my name. Whatever amount will be greatly appreciated. I would like to make a presentation in the spring about it. A non-profit organization I founded to promote Christianity in rural France. So you have the two events, the church being repaired and the organization I just created. So I'll talk about that. And we have the Happy Buck coming up. So this is just to give you a heads up, and I will send you an email about my village. When I grew up was 700 people. And the church is truly a treasure. It is recognized as one of the most unbelievable church in the region. So it shows the dedication of people at the time. The village was not bigger, really, probably in the 1200. That's as the century of Saint Louis, when Louis IX was the king of France. So that's a long time ago. And it's really incredible to see the extraordinary constructions that people of this small village to achieve. It shows the dedication, the faith, etc. So it is very important that we keep this church on solid ground, both physically and spiritually. So I would very much appreciate your support. It's very big, but any support will be most welcome and appreciated by people over there. So we have Happy Bucks and Terry to lead us to Happy Bucks.
Thank you. Well, this is Trick or Happy Bucks. So you better put up today. Okay? Who's first? Harry's first. $100 bill. Okay.
So I put two in, one for winning the pot and one for my wife's birthday. It's the end of this week.
Thank you, Harry. Let's see who's next. Oh, there's
My wife's birthday tomorrow.
thank you. Here's my lady. Yes.
Doing. Good morning, everybody. $1 just for being a member of the club. It's wonderful to be able to be here with so many fine people. $1 also to folks that trio, which is the fundraiser for Clemson Community Care, and the free clinic is coming up Thursday, December the 1st at Holy Trinity. And we hope you'll consider being a sponsor or even being, buying tickets and coming and join us.
Yes, be sure and buy tickets. We have a great program this year. One of our auction items will be a complete tour for 4 of land.
Thanks to you.
No, it's going to be a good one, so don't miss it. Okay. The banker. Yes, sir.
$1 in for, they said it was John Peters' birthday. I know John's not here. I know John's been having a tough time lately, and John has done so much for our community, and a lot of people might pick up the phone and give him a call and wish him a happy birthday.
Yes. Great. He's. Yes. Huh.
For my San Francisco 49ers that beat the Rams yesterday for the 8th time regular season in a row. Love it. Love it.
Yeah. Gotta love it. By the way, are we going to knock off the Golden Domers this weekend? Yeah. How you doing? Let's see. Some people are going to get tricks here. Oh, here we go. Yes. Jacob?
Yeah, there's 5 for the DWDMO Lions Pride Marching Band 2022 state champions. Yeah, Molly.
Congratulations. Yeah. Off in the horizon, I see a dollar bill waving. Wait, just $1? Come on now.
I'm going to put $1 in to thank Marion Benton for being such a help today. I didn't know what I was doing. George isn't here. Marion did know what I was doing, so thank goodness for her.
The women will always tell you what to be doing. Speaking of a nice lady with a funny hat. It's Halloween, I know.
This dollar is because Laura Conrad is sick. And so Colin Pettigrew had to step in for her yesterday. Did a real good job doing somebody else's sermon.
Yeah, he's probably resting up today. Yes, that's right. Oh, Marion. Vivian.
Philip, the township of Central put on a wonderful Halloween festival on Saturday afternoon. I know Halloween has turned into this holiday, but everything was top notch and great. You did a good job.
Thank you, Marion. Okay, sir.
Thank you so much. If it's okay with everybody, I would like to proceed as I do in my class. And I will ask you for 2-3 minutes to think and share information about 2 things. And then you will take the microphone. One second. There is a slide. So we'll do my stuff and then Sarah Elizabeth will share. Then 1 second. 1 second. So think about 2 things that you share. And we'll do Sarah Elizabeth thing as well. So talk about who you are, in what way, about Rotary, right? And the good things that happened this year. And the second thing is share your ideas for the future about how to make Clemson Rotary more successful, even more successful, and also to attract new members, strategy, etc. These are 2 things I would like you to think about. Even if you don't have time to speak about it, it's okay. But just think about that. And today, people are sick, it's rainy, we have no guest. In 2 weeks, we count on your presence, obviously, when the governor is here. So now I give the microphone to Sarah Elizabeth.
Okay, so real quick, before we go into this, I need you guys to mark your calendars for November. And I'm serious, I really do need some help with this, y'all. On November 13th at 2:00, we are going to meet at Clemson Community Care, and we're going to wrap books for the Diverse Literacy project. We have over 1,000 books that we have to assemble and wrap them and then assemble them into bags and then organize per organization that we are these books to the children. So today, November 13th at 2:00. Feel free to bring spouses. We're going to have or children, like middle school to high school children, or if you have any college kids coming. So we also have some of the members of Kappa Kappa Gamma coming, so it's one of our joint partnerships, but formal is also the day before, so I don't know how many of them are going to make it. So I sincerely need a lot of help because usually this takes 2 days. And this is at Clemson Creative Academy or Clemson Community Care at 2:00. The 13th, Sunday the 13th. Yep. So Karen Carter graciously, because she receives a bulk of them, she receives over 400 and some books. So she has graciously agreed that we can do the project at her location in the lobby. So we'll set up tables and all that kind of fun stuff. But I sincerely need your help. All right. So the books have come from Scholastic. is we have a discount partnership with Scholastic that we've used for the past 3 years. It's really cool. So we buy all of our books through them, and then they have given us 15 extra book packs that we then give back to the or we actually give them the book packs to Clemson Child Development Center. We also give them to Little John, to DAR preschool, and also DAR after school care is where those book packs end up going, those 15 extra. So then we deliver them, put them together, and then the books end up being distributed with CCC at the Christmas time when they give the gift cards for meals. Each child gets a book. And this year there was more, so we've estimated 425 children, or at least 425 families. If there's 2 children, there's a book title per child. And then the Clemson Child Development and the other after school care programs that we give to, they give those books at their Christmas party for the kids that they do. You guys have any questions about what we're doing? No? Okay, thank you. Okay, so it's the Clemson Diverse Literacy Project. Diverse literacy. Diverse literacy. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so questions of the day. So this is one of the things that we learned in district governor training. Like if you don't have a speaker, this is what you do. 1, you make everyone sit at a different table. And then 2, you make everyone talk to each other. So here we go. All right. So when did you join Rotary? Why did you join Rotary? Favorite Rotary memory, and why do you stay in Rotary? All right. Ready, set, go. And then we'll talk about it. Yes. Come back.
Later was head of the
Or yes. Or yeah, awful. Okay, so we're going to start. And so Ned is going to start for us.
I joined Rotary in Asheville, North Carolina in 1978. And I was members in Asheville, Austin, Texas, Conway, South Carolina, Bluefield, West Virginia, and now here. So I keep moving around head of the mob. I joined, my father-in-law was in Rotary, and I really saw what Rotary did and how he made a good contribution. And so I said, well, what the heck, I'll see if I can get in. And back then they had classifications, and I managed to squeak in, and I've enjoyed it ever since. My favorite Rotary memory, this is sort of interesting. I was in the service for 2 years, and part of my reserve duty was in the civil affairs unit. And during the intervention in Grenada, we went down and I supported USAID for about a month in rebuilding schools as a project that the Army supported and oversaw. Schools I was, and imagine, it's just like an open hut, fixed desk with a bench, painted gray. The blackboard was an old piece of 4x8 plywood, painted black. And the only thing on the wall was a rotary four-way. And I thought that was awfully interesting. Here we are down in Grenada, and the only thing on the wall was a four-way test. And why do I stay in? People, and hopefully make a contribution.
All right, anybody over here? Okay. Mr. Garland.
Rotary. I was to join Rotary back when we had the Clemson Rotary Quartet, and I was recruited because they needed a the baritone. So I got heavily recruited to come sing in the Rotary Quartet, and loved it. That's my greatest, one of my best memories. Because we performed all over the place, raised a bunch of money for Rotary. I always went to the district conference. That was back when George Rogers was district governor, and he invited us to come down to his first convention down at the beach. And they kept bringing us back every year. So it was a great time. And we got to meet a lot of people and talk to a lot of people. Why did you stay in Rotary? Because I love it. I love Rotary, love the people, love the activities we have. It's just a great, great place to be.
All right, I got Mr. Harry Durham over here.
I'd like to address just one of those, and that is why I stay in Rotary. As you know, I've been in it a long time. One of the things that keeps me in it, obviously, the fellowship, I love that. But one of the things is being a part of this big effort to eliminate polio. And I grew up in a time before the polio vaccines. My freshman year at Auburn University, one of the starting quarterbacks at Auburn, we had two at that time, contacted polio, and the rest of his life in a wheelchair. Here's an athlete, college athlete, struck down by polio. Thankfully, none of my children had to go through that kind of risk. So it's a real thing to me, and I'm very happy to be a part of that effort.
So I joined Rotary in the spring of '95 down in Fitzgerald, Georgia, where I was pastoring. And the pastor of the First Baptist Church invited me to go with him to Rotary. And I was not sure I wanted to go with him to Rotary because the assumption on my part at the time, the church I was pastoring started because of a conflict in First Baptist. He wasn't the pastor then. And so I thought it was a very fundamentalist church. And here's this new kid, and he was going to tell me things are going to be on the way to Rotary and all that kind of stuff. And so I very hesitantly agreed to go and enjoyed the meeting. And it was the beginning of a friendship that enabled the two of us to bring healing to both of our congregations and to be involved in a club that made a difference in the community. So that was my introduction to Rotary.
I joined Rotary because Bill Harley irritated me about it for about. So I wanted to be sure I plugged Bill. If you don't like me, I'm here because of Bill. Blame him, okay? I don't know how long I've been in Rotary. I know a lot of you guys have been members before I was born. I'm 58. So has anybody been a member longer than 58 years? Oh, wow. Okay. Even you. Yeah. Okay. Probably about 10 years, I guess. Yeah, the morning club. There's a reason I got out of the military because I'm not a morning person. So I thought, well, if I'm going to be in Rotary and Bill educated me about it, then I need to join his club. So that's why I came. I didn't really know what Rotary did. Bill kind of gave me a little briefing about polio and fresh drinking water. I love Rob Hubbard's testimony when he went in a third world country and helped get fresh drinking water. That really touched me about how emotional you were about it. But I don't understand anti-vax. You just mentioned polio. Polio was on the back end in America when I was born. So I knew people that were older than me that had polio, but it didn't affect me. So, you know, one generation later, there's anti-vaxxers out there. And I'm going to tell you, I could never look at my child in the eyes if I didn't vaccinate them. And they got polio or some other disease. We continue to push polio is one of the reasons I enjoy Rotary is Rotary does some good things and they'll continue to do good things. My memory of being in this Rotary Club is working the oyster roast with me and Benji Cumby, Fletcher Anderson, and a couple other younger fellows at the time. We were the ones that were moving the oyster shells from the table to the trailer. That was the first year I did that. I did that every year. It was dirty, nasty, backbreaking work, but I enjoyed every minute of it. I'm glad that somebody else is doing it now. We kind of contract, but it was kind of a good kind of work that I really enjoyed.
All right. So, let's see. I joined Rotary. Has it been 5 years now? I think it was 5-year anniversary. How long have we been? 5 years, right? Yeah. Baker and I came in at the same time. Why did I join Rotary? I don't know if many of you know this, but I'm actually a third generation Rotarian. So my grandfather was a Rotarian in Lake Oswego, Oregon. My father, when he retired from the Air Force, became a Rotarian of this club. And he told me, oh, you need to go do Interact. I was like, sure, let's add that on to Beta Club, German Club, student councilor as vice president of student body, and then, of course, Interact. But Interact was something that I thoroughly enjoyed. It was also as a child, I think Ethel remembers me coming in, having lunch, and Miss Marion having lunch with my dad, and getting to meet many of you. Just remember the happy bucks I would get of doing that. So that's actually one of my favorite Rotary moments. As a kid, knowing that I could go into a room and so many people love you. And, you know, that's a part of our fellowship that we have here today with each other, that we continue. And I stay in Rotary for many reasons, but one is that I hopefully I can make a difference in my community and also in the greater world. So I'm going to hand this over to Eric. And Eric, I want to let you finish off with your questions, the 2 questions that you asked.
You said you have another slide? Okay, no, I think these are wonderful questions. Why do you stay in Rotary? Anybody else wants to talk about? Anybody else wants to speak? And take your breath. I will briefly that I was introduced to Rotary by Lance Young. We still have 10 minutes. Lance Young is a wonderful human being. I've traveled with him to France 10 times. So we have been good friends. You have to be good friends when you travel around the world and spend a few days, almost 2 weeks together each time with students. When I came to this, I saw on TV, I had a TV and cable then, which I don't have cable right now. And I had cable when I was 20 to learn English well, actually, when I came to this country. But there are certain things I could not understand. So I saw another and it was Children International. And it was about giving money for children in Colombia. So when I was 20, I took the initiative to send $12 each month. It's not a lot, but I think something which is, sometimes people question the West. I'm going to have big questions, question the West vis-a-vis other nations, etc. But I think what is anchored in the American soul is the importance of sharing and giving. This is wealthy nations. It's not a perfect nation, but yet a lot of its members are so generous. So this country has made such a difference in the history of the world, and a positive difference. And the world would not be the same without the United States of America. So I'm very proud to have become American. I'm very proud to be part of Rotary and to stay with you to help the community locally and globally.
Yes. Yes. A very sweet lady, everybody in this town, named Sandy Smith, approached me after I retired, and she said, "Terry, I got some plans for you. You need to be on this board or that board. You need to give back to the community." And then my son invited me to Rotary when he was still a member. And it's been the greatest move I've ever made. Barbara and I worked out of town, and we didn't feel like we were giving enough or weren't integrated enough. We had some friends, but I didn't really know what was going on. One of the great benefits of joining Rotary is finding about all the nonprofits and all the wonderful things that people do in this town. It's an incredible giving town. So I have a few hundred more towns joining Rotary. Thank you.
We have 5 minutes. Who would like to speak? Your ideas, yes. Who has some ideas about how Rotary could work better? About Ethel, how to wear a wonderful hat for Halloween? Ask Ethel.
I joined Rotary when Colin was actually with Colin, so that was 32 years ago. I was one of 5 women in the club, and 3 of us were pregnant together on top of all of that, so we were a real shock group. El joined, which I did, and he was a member. I don't think anybody but Ren of the women is still a member with this club now, but it has been the best thing I ever did. Wonderful friends. I've made brothers out of some of them because we've been together so long and we worked so many organizations together, but it is the fellowship and what Rotary International does for us has kept me in. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Ethel. Anyone else wants to? Yes.
Okay, November this year, I'll have been a member for years. George Rogers asked me to come, and so he got me involved. My favorite Rotary moment, you alluded to that, was our medical mission trip to Honduras with a good Rotary team from the upstate. I'll never forget it. It was a life-changing thing for me. The reason I stay in Rotary is because of the fellowship and seeing all of you every Monday, working together with you on projects. It's just a great thing, and I can't imagine doing anything else. Service above self.
Thank you so much, Rob. So to conclude, basically, I think an important word is community. It's so important to preserve the community and to work together for the common good. And it is amazing how many lives, particularly children who do not have easy childhood, who do not have good caring parents. And it's amazing the change we make through Rotary. So I thank you so much for your service. Thank you so much for being part of this community. Thank you so much for your commitment. And we will see each other again next week. Now let us conclude. In honor of all of our testimonies today, we will donate a book to the Clemson Development. Please stand for the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, and do, first, second, third, fourth. Thank you so much for your service. See you next week.